Praise the living God. Thank the Lord that I'm back again by God's mercy. And the content of today is just to encourage children, young people, to obey your parents. Obey your parents because the Bible tells us it is a fifth commandment in the law of God, in the law of Moses, as he gave it to him. And it tells us that children ought to obey their parents. And it is important for us, young people, be it children, it is very, very important for you to obey your parents. Because when you don't obey your parents, you will always get something out of it. There is something that is going to follow you. There is, problems and things that won't go your way as you desire. Because it is a command that has got a promise behind it. And the promise of it is that when we obey our parents, when you obey your parents, you will be blessed on the land which the Lord has given you. When we don't obey our parents, we cannot get blessed. A lot of people think it's just, the world is developing. What's the point for me to listen to this? What's the point for me to listen to that? There is a big point for us to still continue to obey our parents despite the community, despite the society that we're living in. There is a very, very big importance. And this is the main reason why you need to obey your parents. When you don't obey your parents, expect to also give birth to a child who will not obey you, who will not listen to you. When you know your parents have told you don't go out past 11 p.m. and you go out past 11 p.m., expect that you're going to give a birth to a child when they grow and they're at the stage to feel to be able to know the right and wrong. They'll be able to make those decisions as well, just like you made them, and even worse, to stay up until 12 a.m., to stay up away from home until 2 a.m. Your mama's told you, your dad has told you, please come home early. Please come home on time, because that is the structure of the family that you're in. Each family is different. Don't expect what your friends, what the parents of your friends do to them. Don't expect for it to happen in your family. Just because your friend's mom lets your friend to do whatever they want, they stay up late as long as they want. Don't bring it in your family and think it's gonna work. Each family is different. When you are married, you'll be able to have the decision to structure your family in a way that you desire it. Now imagine you're in that process of structuring your family in the way that you want it. You are putting on laws and rules that will work with your family, and then your children don't end up listening or nor obeying. Praise the living God. And so again, if we cannot obey our parents, it is hard for us to obey God. The reason why a lot of youth are keep backsliding and leaving the Lord, although they want to get close to God, they feel like they're close to God. They feel like just because they sing, just because they play music at church, just because they do this, they think everything is fine. But no, it isn't fine. The Bible clearly tells us that to be able to be blessed here on this earth, the first thing is to obey our parents. You cannot say that you obey God when you do not obey your parents. And this is not about the obedience of obeying them leading you to sin, into prostitution. The Bible simply tells you to obey. Even when they ask you, can you go get me a cup? And you say no. Remember that there's a day that you'll be able to send your own children to even go get you a glass of water, and they won't be able to do it because you did not do it for your own parents. So it is very important that what you want your children to do to you, what you are expecting your own children to do to you, you need to be able to do it while you're still home. This is how I want my children to obey me. I want to be able to come home early. If I'm running late, I need to call up my mom or my dad and let them know I'm stuck in traffic, something has happened, or I can't make it home early today. There's something that I'm doing. I can't make it home early. And parents will be able to understand, praise the Lord. So it's very important that we obey our parents. Your parents maybe have told you, stop wearing such clothes, stop dressing like this, and you say, it's, it's Australia, it's freedom of right, I can do whatever I want, I can dress whatever that I want. Remember that you will give birth to a prostitute, worse than a prostitute. Remember that your life is really short. Again, the lack of not respecting our parents, when we don't respect our parents, we cut our life short. Remember the story of the sons of Eli. What happened to them? They were not listening to their dad, not listening to their father, and they were bringing a lot of things into the house of the Lord that was making God upset, making God very angry, to the point that he cut their life short, and they all died. All of those two sons that were committing wickedness in the house of the Lord, not being able to listen